Alright, click on it, make sure that you're on it.
I'm gonna close it and reopen everything.
Alright.
Okay, 18 to 25.
Yeah, now check it,
18.
make sure our sound's coming through.
Yeah, sound's coming through.
Alright, well, let's just get started then. Alright, everybody ready? Alright. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Weekly WAYPN. I'm Karl.
I'm Sunny.
And we have had a couple of things go wrong. We needed to check for an affiliate link and some other things, and nothing is going right for us. So it is a day that ends in Y. Alright, we're going to start off with John. So, Sunny, would you be able to talk about John's piece first off?
If I can just scroll over to... Right. So with John's piece, earlier we talked about how it was like an album cover. It looked much like an album cover. And this artwork definitely feels like what he is talking about. Not good enough. That's the title of this artwork. And we can take a look at some of the other ones. He's also done other ones. And that one's the coconut suspended in a tree, I think. The colors are actually really good. Like, the values are quite stark. Like, you've got the nice purple background against the browns. But I think the brown of the coconut also actually matches way too much with the tree. So maybe some differentiation there. And finally, the sad woman... It doesn't. It's a sad woman for sure.
It doesn't look great.
Yeah,
in my
I think
opinion.
this art style doesn't quite suit it.
Yeah.
But considering that you have tried to do more realistic stuff, it might be better with that. But I think you were just trying to have fun with things. So.
All right. So next up, we're going to go to Tomas.
Okay, Speed Paint Salty Boy and Finished Angry Boy, whom some of you may remember. I clearly have to work on verdigris. And yes, the verdigris, I think the choice of the color of the verdigris could have one more step higher in terms of brightness. So I think that will be the only thing to consider with that. Other than that, I think we did try to suggest doing
the dirty down verdigris, but essentially I just think that it's not worth it unless you've got the right conditions, and that's the problem. So I look at this, right, and I think about time to how hard you're going to have to put things in to get it right.
Sometimes the dirty down verdigris also doesn't work out. But as compared to trying to figure out where to place verdigris manually with paints and getting the right color and all that, like, I think dirty down verdigris is probably better to be used.
Because the blooming is quite natural. You don't have to think about it, so on and so on and so on.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
And I think the other paint job as itself, I think it's really well done.
It's not as popping though. I know that Iron Warriors will never be as popping as other miniatures, but I just feel as if maybe you want to change the values of the gold, right, if you're going to have that color scheme, because you see how the gold is almost quite greenish as well.
Yeah,
like when you compare it to the other guy who's got a very yellow gold.
Yeah, I think maybe it does look very close and similar to what they would use in the artworks. So it's a bit hard to say. Maybe just have a bit more of a shine at some points. to try and bring that out of
like
it.
that's the bit of advice that I think that I would have. But I'm gonna put the music back on so that we can enjoy that while we continue. All right, you want to keep going?
Yeah, okay, so I'll go on to our next post.
Which was Kit, and then we're back up to where we should be. Oh no, it's Raven Tactica.
Yeah, and there's no commentary on this one, and we figured that this is definitely a conversion. With the base, I think I really like the second one. The
one with the Eldar bits.
Yeah, the Eldar bits, and I wonder if it's 3D printed though.
I don't think so.
The floaty things.
No. They come from Games Workshop.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, you wouldn't want to 3D print this stuff because it'd be an absolute nightmare to support.
Yeah. Might not be as bad in terms of...
Oh, it would be horrible.
Well, okay. So I think, as we mentioned, the last picture is still quite confusing. We did see this artwork in the previous week's one. Dog is green, and...
we don't know why Dog is green.
So yeah, it's a bit confusing. What's the color scheme in general? You've got like these very pale, fleshy pink for parts that aren't flesh on top of parts that are flesh, and very bright red suits.
It's we're just having a bit of trouble with it.
Understanding,
like maybe it'll
direction.
all come together eventually, but as it stands, a little
not
confusing.
Making a lot of sense. Yeah, maybe it's all an undercolor thing. I don't know. Maybe Raven, you could explain further what you're trying to go for.
All right, then next up we have Kit.
Saturday work. Spent a few minutes doing a bit more brushwork on Red Claw, cleaning things up. I see a few spots that still need touching up, but the blacks are now more black, and I worked a bit more on the flesh, especially around the chest and neck where a lot of red was still showing. Yeah, I think this looks a lot better.
It does look a lot better because of the cleaning up mostly.
Yeah. So I think from here on it's just adding on your highlights and shading a little bit more, and I do see that you've tried to do her eyebrows. Maybe you might want to consider trying to clean up that a little bit more, try to get a bit more precision in there.
I don't like. I think like you're hitting diminishing returns when you're starting to get into that area, and he's got a lot of characters to do because this isn't a main character.
I disagree because like if Kit is going to make the effort to do eyebrows, I think then that's his intention. His intention is to do certain details. So if he's going to put in the effort to do those details, why not try to improve on them? Because like we do say we don't want to blow smoke.
Yes.
I think when it comes to the actual coloration of it, like you've done the tabletop methods of using quick techniques, right? Like you've used airbrush to pretty much do majority of the model to have that settled for you, and that's great, and that's really good. And you don't have to do much work from here. But if I see that you're trying to push certain details, then we should be trying to help him.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, let us move on to Larry.
So that red wine tint apparently reactivates easily. Painted white over the apron, and even after several coats, it kept turning pink. So I painted gray over it, and then a lighter gray, and then white for the highlights. But the gray and white still have some red stains.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now.
Yeah.
So that means future uses of it are general filter, are as a general filter, or I need to put one or more coats of varnish over it and apply over paints. Is this why you asked about what masking fluid we were using? Because
maybe that is because like some of the times things really go, but you know, the one thing that I really noted with our masking fluid was how good the shoulder pads came out.
Yeah,
you know, I think they came out absolutely fantastic because there is that definitive difference between the
the chipping and the non-chipping.
No, between like the two metals, like because of the stark value contrast.
Yeah.
But
some turned out really good. Like I like the shields.
But I do want to say what is really good about this is when people show their failures, it is a lesson that you are giving everyone else, and I guess what it is more than showing their failures is giving a lesson to the rest of us, because Larry's always trying new things, and now we learn from that experience and we go, all right, if we're going to get this the weird wine red filter thing, you know, that's something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, would you like to read up for the next one?
All right, more from Larry. Basalt gray for the leather. I've had the paint. I don't know how long, but I'm not so sure if it's separating a little despite a lot of shaking or what, but it acted kind of like an express paint. What you see is the result of multiple coats. The tail of the jacket had a black base, so it turned out real black, but with the same sheen as the rest of the coat. And all of the rest came out nice, shiny leather. It has some natural highlighting along the seams and edges, and I'm thinking I don't need to do more. I've done similar things in the past, high gloss black on jacket with matte varnish, and it comes out that dull, shiny black leather like you see on biker jackets and the like. Very nice natural effects. Also dotted in the whites, probably fix the flesh closer to the finished model.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. With that sort of a bit more biker jacket type, which maybe that's what you are looking for. Yeah, basalt gray for the leather. So this is the one. Okay, I'm just gonna take a closer look at what you've got here, Larry. So you had to do multiple coats. Don't know if it's separating a little shape, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Let's take a look at some different angles. Yeah, so you've definitely put in a lot more cleanup into her, I think. You still have a little bit of spillage around the pants there at the tummy area, which could use a little bit more cleaning, I think. But other than that, the shading has come out really well. Nice sort of orange hair. The orange of her hair does seem quite bright. It looks like the final color that her hair should be. I'm not too sure about how you would like to shade and highlight her hair, because I feel like this type of sculpt is really good for pushing that definition, that Maybelline hair type of look. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. But let us move on. But guys, we haven't been jumping on the Discord as much, and the reason for that is essentially the number of posts. But what I figure we'll do is we will jump on the Discord just when it's our stuff, and that way
we can get feedback from you guys on how to improve our things. So you guys have said hello to Kit, live and good, sad woman. Yes, sorry about that, guys. That's from us. Tried being the optimal word. Don't mess with her. She has 2 guns. Indeed, she does have 2 guns. Which one will she use first? I do not know. Next, we've got more from Larry. A little base coating to get ready for some enchanted evening. Added to the mech and Egyptian lady because I had extra in the airbrush.
It looks like you might have your PSI a little too high at the moment, because you see that little bit of dustiness.
Yeah.
Like we've had that before. Yeah, it's when you have your PSI too high, which is, what is it, pounds per square inch of pressure?
Pressure.
Under pressure. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it is a bit... I'm taking a look at this Grim Reaper guy.
Yep.
I am a little confused at what you're going for.
He's trying to do lighting, so keep going along with it. Yeah?
Okay.
Oh, no, you've gone too far. So, here.
Oh, is he trying to do, like, the dual lighting?
Yeah. Like the orange and blue. So,
yeah, look at the Egyptian lady. It's quite lovely on the Egyptian lady, and the mech is looking very nice as well. Intensity, okay.
Oh, actually, the skin is looking very nice here. But, yes, let us move on from Whip City, because I think after this one is... Oh, no. Did I just forget us? Did I forget me?
No,
Oh,
after
yeah, no,
Larry.
after this one, it is us, except it's just Member Monday. Alright, so next up we have Raven Tactica. Would you like to read out for all of Raven Tactica's long, lengthy diatribe?
April 21 at 1:57 a.m.
Wiser words have never been spoken. I
Yes.
mean, honestly, guys, can we disagree with this? No, I don't think anybody honestly can disagree with a sentiment such as this.
So it seems like he's going for that same strange color palette situation that he did with the...
But these guys seem a lot more finished and polished. Well, some more than others.
I'm gonna open this image in a new tab so that I can actually zoom in and see what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So he's put in red in the face
Mm-hmm.
and dark green for the hair.
Mm-hmm. Which is like a very opposite sort of color combo.
Yeah, but why red? Pure red in the face?
I'm not sure. I think he's trying to play around with colors.
I'm sorry, Raven. I think we need a bit more description from you in the future.
Well, I think the thing is, he's like, this is all classic color theory, right? Like, we got green, red, and purple here, right? That's traditional color theory when we take a look at all of that. But I think what it is we don't have that next level. We don't have the highlights. We don't have, you know, so on and so.
It may be traditional color theory, but it's put in places that don't make a lot of sense. Like, the flesh could be in the flesh area, and the red could be in the suit of armor next to the purple tabard, which makes total sense. You could have a crazy hair color that's green if you really wanted to.
I think that you might not be saying that if it was a lot more polished.
No, I am saying that because this genuinely doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
Well,
I think, like, Raven, I think if you polished this up a bit, if you, like, gave it the Maybelline hair and, like, made her gloves, you know, red gloves.
Yeah, red
and
gloves.
made her flesh like that orange, reddish, demonic sort of flesh, I think it'd still work. I think it's just
a bit hard to see where it's going right now.
Yeah, alright. So, next up, we have this guy. It's Member Monday. Hashtag Member Monday. What makes a place feel like more than just another hobby group? You do. Every post, every share, every moment someone chooses to show their progress or offer a kind word. That's what builds this space. It's not automatic. It's earned. And week after week, you all show up and make it real. So let's take a moment to welcome one of the newest legends to joining our ranks. Gandolfo. Which I think is Gandalf. I think he's just saying Gandalf.
He's just, yeah.
Alright, and on behalf of all of WAYPN, we have a question for you. What are you painting now? Make a post about it.
Yeah.
Alright, so next up we've got Karl.
Got Cal.
Or as he likes to say, the real Karl.
Salamanders from Satanic Panic. I've modified some weaponry. Okay, let's take a closer look at these bad boys.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we have seen this in the Discord. It's taking 10 years for the new tab to load, so I'm just going to see it from Cal's computer what things look like.
You know, it's so weird with some of these older models. Like, the shift in perspective really makes things quite intense, because, like, this guy doesn't look like much of anything front on until you turn him to his side, and then it looks so dynamic.
Yeah, and Cal, wonderful work. Like, I can see that you're really pushing a bit more outside of your comfort zone with some of these, because these look so much more dynamic in terms of the painting. You've done very nice different flesh tones, and you've got contrast in terms of values with the greens of the scales. Your weapons are all different colors, and every single part of the weapon is also segmented clearly.
Yes, like, you can tell what everything is, and I think that's key. Like, we liked what you were doing before, but, like, it was just too monocolored. this is what you want to do to smash models out. You know, like there's nothing wrong with
tabletop. Yeah, everything is readable, and I think you've improved a lot in that sense. Like you've taken on that feedback.
Yeah.
And you've definitely. I love this. I can see everything that's going on with your minis.
And they're very interesting minis.
They're very interesting minis too. So like you can really do them justice by trying to push those elements to the forefront a bit more. So I think you've done great here.
All right. So next up we have
indie bank holiday painting. Taking the feedback from earlier and using Sangeeta mockups that are very kindly put together, I've been trying to push the highlights and shadows on my cyberpunk person. Also made a start on the screens that go behind the desk, although those have a long way to go. Might even attempt some freehand. Oh yeah! Also the feedback about how I need to push a bit more is fair. But it's an ongoing thing. The final picture is the motto I put on the wall above my painting desk to remind myself, but I still tend to be overly cautious. Something to continue to work on.
I think that this is very, very cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's... For me, I think my one would be, like, remember the perfect is the enemy of the good. Like, that's probably what mine would be.
Yeah, because like you tend to overwork things that are not say overwork. Okay, it makes it sound like you're doing something like ruining the soup. You're not ruining the soup by adding more ingredients. You're sort of like when it's tabletop.
I know what to say with that analogy, right? So it's not that I'm ruining the soup. It's just that dinner was meant to be at 6 and now it's 9.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
That's the thing that you do with.
Yeah.
That you need to get better with.
But so I think this is very cool, dude. You know,
Well
but the thing will be actually to make sure you do not habituate yourself to this, which means basically. Like, don't get to that point where you just sort of look at it and you're like, oh, yeah, that's part of...
Gotta be bold today. Yeah.
Well, no. It's like where it sort of fades into the background and you don't think about it. Just like, you got to have some sort of way of reminding you. But, like, I want Sunny to look at this over on this one. So that's what's behind her.
Yeah, I did see that. And I'm like, ooh, boy. And maybe I could, let's see if the internet works. Okay. I think I said sci-fi monitor screen.
Oh, yep, okay.
I think that's what
this is. Sunny is going to send me something and then you'll get sad.
So, I mean for references, okay? References. You don't have to follow this.
Sunny can paint these things, I cannot, so...
I don't even follow some of these ones. There are like some simpler patterns that exist that I will like look through and just
So this is what she's saying, just take a look at this and check it out.
Yeah, because you've just like that, specifically that search.
Yeah.
Is what I was trying to... I will put this up in...
But yeah, no, I've seen Sunny do some of these with some of the background screens.
We did that for the Gallo Dark.
Yeah.
I will put in an additional comment. For references, try...
But yeah, I think that he's done a lot of pushing. I think the thing is, what sticks out to me is the leg. And there's a bit of jaggedness between things, so you just want to smooth that a bit. Right, I think that the clothes have been pushed considerably. I think having that reference really helped him out.
Yes.
Because, like, you can see how much...
Yeah, the shadow is so much more deeper.
Yeah.
So that's really good. I maybe it's the lighting, but, you know, the highlights of the purple do feel a little washed out, but I think I can see some of that more saturated purples going in there.
Yeah, but I don't think, like, it's necessarily a bad thing, because I think that's just the colour of the jacket. It's not a like super rich color. It's more like a
Yeah.
lavendery. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, but like when it comes to cyberpunk, it's all about the bright.
I guess. So Joe says, I do love a hand sculpted model. That'll be in reference to Calvinoni.
Yeah.
And Rumble Roo says,
Rumble. Remember Monday.
No, the next one.
Oh, why are sci-fi screens always transparent? Why would you want anyone to see what you're doing? That's a fair point, Michael.
It is a fair point, and what would be fair is moving on.
All right.
So next up we have Joseph.
Jose.
Oh my god.
More work done on the Aeon Trespass God forms, and I spent a lot of time actually playing the game at last. Very good.
Oh my god, look at this thing.
Yeah, I saw that. What is that?
It's a fat cherub man.
It's Fat Controller.
Getting eaten by a black ooze, and he's wearing a tutu.
Fat Controller.
What?
But check out, like these feel very like anime. What is that? Dragon Ball Z.
This guy feels very Dragon Ball Z.
This guy also feels very Dragon Ball Z. This middle one.
Yeah, I just.
There's like a giant
sculpts.
shing. Like,
the sculpts are so bizarre for Aeon Trespass. They're just like. It feels as if they went to like 100 different sculptors and just went, what's your cheapest rate? Well, I'd really like to, get into the business. Your cheapest rate, here. All right, you can design Fatty Bobaddy. What?
Fatty Bobaddy.
So
maybe that's supposed to be like Dionysus or something.
I don't know. Dionysus is... Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. All right. What I'm going to say is it's good progress.
Very good. I am curious to see how the yellow fireman turns out, because that's a very bright yellow that you're starting.
Well, let us go on from red fireman to blue and orange. Fireman.
That looks much better now, Larry. Some more base coating with Payne's Gray and some new stuff I just got in. Yeah. So yeah, the dual lighting, that sort of horror movie dual lighting thing that he's going for, at least I think that's what he's going for, is looking way better now, because like it was like blue and then it was like orange and then there was like zenithal white gray on the side.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah.
What do I do here? But yeah, that's looking really good.
Were you doing the Michael Jackson one where it's, I always feel like somebody's watching
That is not
me?
by Michael Jackson.
No, that line is by Michael Jackson. The song is by Rockwell.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
See?
Gray, Payne's Gray, yeah.
And then
Ocean
some
gray.
atomics.
Some
Yeah,
atomics.
as a general rule, I've noted that the ocean isn't really grey.
Yeah, so I don't know what ocean is grey that they're referring to.
I don't know, polluted ocean grey.
Yeah. Adam, thinner and cleaner, eh? Some new...
And
what is Millennium Falcon?
it's grey. See, Millennium Falcon grey. It's all the greys.
It's all the greys.
But the Millennium Falcon is mostly tan, though.
Yeah, that's what it is. Grey or grises.
Grises.
Anyhow.
You've got to say it with a thick Spanish accent. Grises. So lovely.
The sword work and the metals on this fella here looks really cool.
I see Kit is praising the atomic paints once again.
Yeah, of course, because Kit is all about the atom paints.
It's a butterbean fly. Oh my god.
A butterbean fly.
All right, we're moving on with that comment. Next up, we have Kit.
With Kit. Taking a break from organizing and optimizing the paint station to actually do a little painting. Going back to the Conan minis and trying to smooth out and brighten the skin a bit. Could probably use a bit more work, but since this is for tabletop, I probably won't go too crazy. Yeah, I think I think
it's fine.
Good progress.
But I tell you what, so Kit showed this off in the Discord, I believe. Yeah. You want to talk about those while I try and find the Discord thing that he showed off?
Yeah, so I think Conan, he's very red in the skin tone, nice and tan, boy. So I think your colors are correct, very accurate to what you're going for, and the metalwork's looking really good. By the way,
so this is the thing that Kit printed up.
Yeah, a 3D
and it was just
printed studio.
Yeah, I think it's a good solution. Look. This is the thing that we said on the stream last night. Were we doing a stream last night? Or was
yes, it was last night.
I'm sorry. The days sort of blend into one another.
Yeah, but it was last night, and we
because I woke up at like 2:30.
You woke at 2:30.
And I did some things around the house, and then started painting, and then fell asleep. And Sonny's like, "Wake up! You forgot to take your sleeping tablets."
I remember that meme. Oh my god. Dad, wake up. You forgot your sleeping tablets. I'm friggin' sleeping. Why do I need the tablets?
Alright, but anyway, long story short, we will go back to Sunny's commentary.
Yeah. I think the skin is coming out good. Yeah, I think you can definitely push with the highlights with this one, Kit. It looks to be like a fairly larger size model, so really go ham with your skin work here. This is a good base, but I want to see you push it a bit more into those nice brights as well. Because Conan, he's got that nice, oily skin. Kind of
almost models, as if some set dresser came along and just doused him in the oil. And Arnold is like, "Oh, English is not my first language."
Yeah, you gotta bring that out, really bring out that oiled skin look.
Yes, and you just have to be like, "I need to pick up heavier items and put them back down." And then pick them back up again.
And make it the sheep.
That is how you become governor.
Well, there's more comments being said.
Yes.
I always feel like somebody's WAYPN me, and I keep my brushes wet.
Yes, I saw that.
Cute. And then Penguin says for Kit to scam him and take his money. Okay, everyone can take his the prerogative. And the WAYPN sing along. Nope, it's 28 mils, maybe 32 mils. I think.
So, yeah, would you like to read out the next? It's another Kit.
Another one from Kit. Oh, Kit, this is so very lovely. Yeah, Monday Whip, a bit of palette cleanser, just a super quick base coat for now. Yeah, it actually looked like you worked on it quite a bit because it almost seems like you did some highlighting with her skirt with the purples and stuff. Yeah, so this is coming out very nice, very clean,
especially for a very soft detailed sculpt. So you see compared to a lot of other models, the details on this are quite soft, they're not very sharp. You know what I'm saying?
I think you've managed to bring out a lot of that definition with whatever you've done so far. So keep pushing that. Yeah,
keep pushing that pigment.
Push the pigment, man. Yeah. Keep going.
I am French, but also Spanish.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
But yeah, no,
Okay, so now there's another update from Kit.
Alright, well, we'll take a look.
Wee bit of shading in freehand, a bit of stone slab flooring on the base, and I think she's ready for an adventure. Okay, with the hair, Kit just put a wash of thin down black Templar contrast.
I'm gonna disagree on that because you didn't take a look at the details on the model. It's a very soft model.
I know it's a very soft model, but it looks quite grey now rather than reading as black because the
well,
hair
is she meant to have black hair or is she meant to have grey hair? Because she might be meaning to have grey hair.
If it's, I understand, but it's a blending too much into the grey of the armor. So I feel like if you did the hair black, it'll make her head stand out against all the grey on the armor.
I'm gonna disagree on that one because I think if you hit what you want to hit, that's the most important part. Because if she's meant to have grey hair, well, you can tell us, Kit. All right, tell us, Kit. Is it meant to be grey or is it meant to be black? And that's what we will base our feedback off. You basically have to decide whether I or Sunny are right. That's right. You get to decide whether I or Sunny are right. So what you need to say is it's grey, it's meant to look grey, and it looks great. It looks great. Great? Never mind.
Kit says, if you mean the light box, you could probably find any local printer to do one quite cheap. File is free.
Kit, you failed me. You failed me. Move on.
Hair
RJ.
color is kind of undecided. Ah! I see. Say black. Joe says say black. Naughty Joe. Naughty Joe.
Alright, speaking of grace.
Yes.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I still think like the progress picture really showed the I prefer the progress picture. It looks really good.
So apparently his missus really likes it in the grayscale, and I have to say I'm very similar. It is a lovely looking model, but then I gave a suggestion which he completely ignored, didn't talk about at all. We'll get to it later on. In the meantime, it's Krisha.
A sorcerer on a rather forlorn horse. And yes, the leg was warped resin, and no, I didn't see it before I started painting, but I leaned into it with painting the horse quite pallid. I wanted to see how interesting I could make it despite using a rather dry
I think it looks good.
Yeah, so this is what we were talking about, guys, with like working with what you've got. Like sometimes you are going to stuff out a model either at a sculpt level or at a paint level, but instead of going let's redo this entirely, we switch the perspective and we go, how can I make this work with the concept? So this is what he has chosen to do. He has accidentally stuffed the print. Or the print was already stuffed.
Yeah, so I think Chris uses pretty much exclusively GW stuff.
Yeah. He was looking to have this. Purely GW. So he made sure to lean into
the crow looks so nice.
It is a very nice crow.
A very nice crow.
Anyway, I will read some comments before we continue.
You know what you should do? You should read the comment underneath this post.
You said, how was the feedback from last week? Was it helpful? Chris said...
Words. Got it.
Yeah, it was good. I appreciate it. I think I need to acquire more shades of bronze or gold so I can replicate that kind of lighting effects with true metallic metal, like I do with the silvers here. Fair enough. And Rumble is making a Christmas album for us.
Yes, and other people are arguing.
Say, if you mean the light box, yes. And the hair color, yes, say black. Let's just say the hair isn't complete. I'm backing you up. That's what Joe is saying.
Yes, he's backing you up.
Oh, me? Oh, thank you very much, Joe. The hair is in a bit of a grey zone. Very good, Rumble. Very good. Biostrip 20 is your friend.
Well, do we want to comment on this a bit more? Because I think it's a really lovely piece. I
love the staff, the scythe. Like, what's going on with the scythe?
That's actually my least favorite part. I like the wood. I like a lot of the natural elements.
The crow is absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah, I think that's.
It's a bit of a feature.
Well, it just complements everything here because like this guy is obviously fantastical, right? But everything else just looks so natural and spot on.
Yeah, so the reason why I like the staff is because it's that one thing that sort of bringing all your attention to. So like you start in terms of visual hierarchy, it pulls all your attention towards the staff because it's the brightest color there. You've got these blue things coming from inside. I don't know, maybe it's the soles or what. But it feels quite out of place as compared to the rest of the natural color scheme. And it just adds like that one extra otherworldly differentiator.
Yeah.
And I think that really fits the theme of whatever this is, you know. This guy is a Nurgle
He's a
fellow,
Nurgle sorcerer,
a
right?
Nurgle sorcerer. It really sells the sorcery, you know.
Alright, so we've got one more post before we're about to go on to the Discord.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at this, look at this.
Alright,
and RJ say I'm pretty happy with the skin so far, so am I.
Then you got to read the comments.
The comments, huh? The comment. Excellent job. I'm kind of wishing this was just black and white. Oh yeah, Larry said that. And that's what my wife said. And you said, why don't you compromise and just make anything red colored, but everything else remains black and white, so do up the skin and so on. But yeah.
Yeah, like, you know...
that could be like what a graphic novel style.
Yeah, the Sin City style.
Sin City style, so...
Alright, Sonny. It's time for us to go on to the stream room.
Stream room.
Alright. So, I will read out the next post. And then, after that...
Are you painting the eyes as closed for this?
We are!
What?
Next post!
Yeah, but I haven't exactly said my thoughts on it.
Yes, we said what we're
Ew,
doing.
what's this?
It is Whip Wednesday. Hashtag Whip Wednesday. Well, guys, this one's a bit of a Joe Sutton adventure. So, this is the progress we have made. Now, yesterday we were meant to go out and get some items to help grimdarkify these models. And way before yesterday, it was meant to be Monday. But life got in the way, and continues to get in the way. Now I realize how far behind I am with my commissions. It actually makes me genuinely ashamed for how far back I am with them. I have so much on, and I am behind. I feel awful about it. At any rate, here is the stuff for the videos, which is also a month from when it was first released. So, last week we got to some assembling. I got to do some testing with some heads, and I got some great feedback on the YouTube. But please, in the meantime, enjoy these pictures and keep those brushes wet.
Excellent, honey.
It was all Joe.
It was all Joe. Rumble say, I like to use Biostrip 21. It's one better.
So are we actually going to get anybody coming on to the Discord to discuss?
No. Nobody cares about us, honey.
I see.
Rumble say, Sunny got whipped by Whip Wednesday.
That's true. Sunny did get very upset about it. Like, I had to come back in and just do the basing stuff for her. Like, so we're just gluing them to bases so that we can paint them, right? That's why I've just got the paddle pop stick there, because it's just so that we can balance it with that little peg that they have.
Yeah.
And Sunny got very upset.
About what?
Everything.
I hate this project. I hate it.
Well, it sounds like it's grimdark enough then.
Yes. And then Penguin say, Karl should be a voice actor of an anime studio's English dub department. Oh, yes.
Yes, but...
You do a good Alucard.
A good Alucard. I thought I... Oh, yeah, no, I do a good Alucard. What is it? I'm trying to remember what he says.
He says he's...
Oh, no. Now I'm pissing blood. I even sound like him now. Cypher would say, stop playing with your food. And then Belmont would be all like,
Apparently, I sound like Cypher.
Oh yeah, one of the commenters said that.
That's the second comment that I've seen where someone said that.
So yeah,
I really like that face, honey.
Do you like that face?
I really like that face.
These are just really quick ones.
Very grumpy.
Very grumpy. I like this face more. Like just the sort of sculpt of it, I think looks very interesting. But we got some interesting feedback. Oh, and these ones are really old. Yeah, so that's a Bretonian Knight, and this is a Chaos helmet without the horns.
Well, if you take a look at the Bretonian Knight helmet, I'm just like, how massive is that dang lion on top of his head?
Oh yeah, no, it's but I think like that's so fun.
It's so cute.
But I think these ones, like I wish it turned out a little bit better. Do you want to know what's really interesting about all of this?
What?
Alright, so this looks like, you know, some sort of African person, right?
I would say a bit more towards the Spanish.
Oh, okay. I think you must be infected by the Moors, but alright. But with this, I did not use a spot of brown on this. This is all Gilliman flesh.
Oh, wow!
Yep. Gilliman flesh, and so for the cheek contours and such, I used green shades to give it some depth and some color. So like,
yeah, it looks like you did base painting rather than contrast painting. It's quite impressive.
Well, that's because like I did build things up with other stuff. So like, I think I put some red over his lips and then some blue, or some blue and then some red.
Yeah, this works very nicely. More is being said. Karl keepeth thine brushes wet. Lol, I have started models and just effed them up to the point I just have to start again.
Well, you should make a post about that and why you feel that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did this guy up, and I did him
the
with sort of
tears.
Yeah, blood tears. But somebody made a really great point, and I think it's something that I should do. There's this game called Blasphemous. I should probably do that on
Should I search it up?
No, I'll get it. So has that email finally come through? Nope. Alright, so Blasphemous. It's a game, and somebody was saying I should really use that as a reference.
Oh, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, so once you guys see the image, I think you guys will know it. And I
thought this was like some
variant
of Trench Crusade.
Oh, I wish we had the Flippy thing still, but apparently Flippy is now illegal according to
Illegal, honey, not legal.
I said illegal.
Oh, it sounded like you said legal.
I did not. Okay, so, but yeah, that's what
Such a good art.
Yeah, no, like, and I was like, you know what? That doesn't look bad. That might be an interesting idea.
So it's like what, the shadowed eyes, like
maybe
like really push the shadow.
Well, actually, what I was thinking was putting on the barbed wire crowns on them. Finding a way to do barbed wire crowns. But yeah, so that's what I was thinking. And now I will close Photoshop because I accidentally misclicked. Bliss clicked.
But actually, that reference picture is quite good because that could be a cheat of creating the dark grim dark effect of just doing like hyper shadowing and then just like that halo light coming down.
Maybe.
What do you think?
But it's time for us to move on to Thomas. Yes, everyone did not come on, and now I'll be sad.
So do we go off the coin now?
Yes, we do go off the coin. We go off the coin.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Nobody came on.
Okay.
We won't be sad.
Now we are back to the vending machine. Yes. So
You-
sad, so very sad.
All right, you gotta do the talking now.
Whip Wednesday. I was so satisfied with the results of a recent Iron Warrior speed paint. So yesterday I decided to paint more of them. 3 Terminators and 3 Legionaries. They're 80% done, only some detail work left. Damn, these guys like skulls. They do. I also stripped paint for a second time from Master of Executions because I didn't like how he came out. This mini is definitely cost. Next is my World Eaters Kill team. I found that I can make perfectly fine World Eaters Kill team with rules for Legionaries. They're unique in that I made bases for them while I was assembling them. And last one, another Iron Hands Marine.
Alright, well, would you like to give your commentary?
Okay, let's take a look at these guys.
Alright, you want to take a look at the Terminators first?
I am looking at the Terminators.
The Terminators.
I love the red glow of the eyes, Tomas. And the way that you've done the skull is very much like the grim dark way of doing the bone color. It's not like that proper tan, but it's a more sort of greenish hue to it to really make it sort of very grim dark. I like the silver.
I think that the sort of brassy gold here is much better.
It is much better here, yes.
Like, it feels like it pops out a lot more, don't you think?
I agree. I don't know what about it is making it. Is it because he's pushed the highlights a bit more, maybe? But yeah, it looks a bit more like a proper gold.
But like a dark gold.
A dark gold. And of course, very smooth work. And I love the battle damage on the hazard stripes. Very lovely.
It is so hard to do that right though, because like the yellow on the black makes it really hard, but when you do the scratches on the yellow and the black, oh, just perfect.
Oh, he's working on this. I think this is. Oh, this
That's
is
the Executioner.
That's the Executioner. Okay. Very nice black prime. Very smooth. Oh, look at those. What's this? World Eaters? Some more World Eaters.
Yeah. And he did the custom bases on those.
Oh, he did custom.
And then you went to the next one, and then you went back.
Yeah, because you said custom bases, and I was like, oh no, I didn't see it properly. But look at this Iron Hands boy.
Yes, he looks very battered.
I love what you've done with the lighting. I think you were trying to show like some exhaust heat, like.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's doing with the lighting. I think
rust?
I think it might be rust, and like he sort of paints up over the top.
Oh man, this looks so edgy, but in a good way.
Speaking of, there's
look at me throw my rusty grenade at you. Rust bomb, go!
Speaking of, there's somebody we might show for a very short period of time, so that you can know Tomas. We are there with you, if not in spirit, in other spirit, the spirit that is, yeah.
Are we showing him off now?
I'm showing that guy off.
I love how they turn out.
Well, I think I was really happy with the shield I did this morning, but I don't think I've shown that off just yet. Like,
ooh, look at that shield, man.
Like, I think like this does look very sort of grimdarky, because like I'm quite happy with the way I shadowed the darker areas, like really pushing them down almost into blacks.
Yeah.
Like, I think that really gave the intensity of the gold just an additional thing, but I'm not sure how the skulls turned out. Like, I feel like they're quite green.
I think it works. Like the greenish, like I said about the way that Tomas did his skulls with a bit of a green undertone. I think that really works for the grim dark look. I think it's good.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, we did some work. Well, I did some more work in the morning, and yeah. All right, so next up we have more from Kid Strong.
Yeah, painting Conan stuff always means lots of browns. Indeed, lots of browns. Okay, let's take a look at... I think I liked one of the angles here.
Is it this one? The one that I'm on?
Yes. You can really see how he's pushed the contours with the deep browns on the abs, the side of the ribs, under boob, and under the thighs. Very good, Kit. Very good. This is looking very lovely.
Alright, is there anything more that you'd like to say on this one?
I think the skull is looking quite bright, very white.
Yeah, I think like maybe to sort of contrast all of the browns, that's why the skull is quite white. But like if it is too bright, you could just put over Skeleton Horde or just Seraphim Sapia to add a bit more yellow back to it. So it's fine being white. There's zero issue with it, even if you want to switch it back.
It's a bit hard for me to give any further feedback because I think it's
looking good. Yeah, like you're hitting your goals.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like the more you hit your goals, the less we're going to say.
Yeah. Made some tweaks, this by RJ, to the face and started on the hair. Want to do some of the surrounding stuff to see how it's going to affect the face.
Look at the richness of that hair.
Yeah, such a lovely
like, because it goes all the way from like these deep purples into like these bright oranges.
Yeah.
So like it travels all across the red spectrum. So like what's that called?
Analogous.
An extended analogous. Yeah, and like that is one of the ways that you can push things by like you take whatever your sort of middle color is and then just push all the way. Like your shadows are as deep as they get, you know.
Yeah, like let's say if you're using greens, you can push all the way to even like
blue, so blue
or indigo.
Yeah, blue, and like your highlights are yellow. Like a golden yellow. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's looking really good. I think the skin still needs some blending into one another, but we'll see how it goes. Anything else to say on it?
No, I think it looks really good.
Alright, so next up we have some more Chris.
Oh yeah, did these ages ago. But it nearly killed me painting so many tiny details that I never ended up playing with them. Oh.
Sadness.
Just pulled them out to do an oil wash as I think I've finally recovered and might play them soon. Very good.
Yeah, well, like, honestly, an oil wash can really help sort of tie everything together.
I want to see exactly how much detail these Kriegers have.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
There's lots of buttons and other things.
It's so funny going from, like, Chris's fantasy stuff to this.
Yeah.
Because, like, these are so modern. Like, the transfers are just so bright. Like, everything's so much more popping, if you understand what I'm saying.
I just love absolutely everything that he's done, like from the basing, the subtlety of the browns. He's clearly just used washes there to help him. But like you can see from how lovely those shadows just pop, but the colors are not very bright. The brightest colors that you see are on the plasma gun and the casing at the very front, or the muzzle burn. And it really brings that attention to those areas. And the colors are very lovely in terms of muted, very clean. It looks just like the box art. And I think he, majority of the time, did use like washes or contrast paints to achieve this look. But it's so clean that you don't even question it.
Yeah, it does feel very clean. Like, even the splatter feels quite deliberate.
Yeah.
I think, and the reason the splatter feels quite deliberate is because of how clean everything else is. All right, let us move on to.
Let's see. Aha! It's Kit. Does this qualify as productive procrastination?
Yes, but I will forgive you as you did some actual painting. Sunny, would you like to explain what productive procrastination is?
So you're still being productive by doing other tasks that are somewhat related, but you're not actually working on the thing that you're supposed to be working on. So you're procrastinating by doing other things instead. So you're not playing games or, doing this, that, and the other that's actually wasting time. You're procrastinating by literally doing anything else that's productive, and you can look back at your time and go, well, I did this and I did that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But actually, you didn't actually.
Did you do the thing you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Hey, Ducky.
Hello, Ducky. Welcome.
Alright, so next up we have Lance.
Lance. Simple halfling bard from Blacklist Games.
I feel like the skin tone's a bit off on this one because it felt more like a goblin than it did feel like a halfling.
Ah, okay. It felt a little bit of like undead skin rather than...
Well, because it doesn't feel like a sort of heroic skin.
Yeah.
It feels more like a villain skin.
Yeah.
But
it looks like a shrunken head.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does one shrink a head?
I don't even know if that's real.
Yeah, it's probably not. Right?
I don't know. Because, how do you do that?
Well, I don't want to be put on an FBI watch list, so we're not going to look up how to shrink your head.
Yeah.
How does one shrink heads?
It's like they turn the heads of their enemies into charms, essentially.
Yes, but they might be fibbing.
What's a fibbing?
Lying.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, would you like to give some more commentary on this, or should we move on?
I think he did well. I think he definitely...
Yeah. I do think the skin tone should change, though.
Yeah, that's the only thing I have to say. Because, this is Lance's tabletop. And unless Lance wants to, step up his tabletop game, I think the next thing he could work on is, manual shadowing and highlighting with base paints.
Yes.
But other than that, I think he's doing well.
Yeah, alright. Alright, let us move on to our next one.
Kit.
Alright.
Today's plan. The Society of Shadows minions test model is coming out good, so hopefully I can finish them after lunch. Yeah, when I was just passing by this post, I was very captured by the way that you've done the shadowing.
Yeah, so it's important to look at the card here, because that is what Kit's trying to copy.
Yeah, and I feel like this is just the realistic version of that card.
Yeah, no, it does. It does look quite nice. I think it's been one of the better Batman models, which is quite ironic because it's very, very monotone.
Yeah, but he's got those subtle grays.
Yeah.
Of the lighting come through that really make it look quite professional. That's well done there, Kit. So you can continue along.
Yes. In other words, yes, we think that you've done everything right. I even like the gloss of the boots and the gloves.
Yeah, you know what? This feels like a lot like the Empire's people from Endor.
Or like Star Wars in general. Yeah.
Where they got some people who are in all white, and then there are other people who are in all black, and that looks a lot like the all black uniform. Okay.
Not referring to the football team.
Oh yes. Krisha, once again, we have...
He's showering his Chris.
Backlog of infantry that aren't good in the game, but still a drag on my brain, sitting around spray. But at least it's something I can do bit by bit without too much pressure, theoretically. Also, mucking around with a cloak on one of the models in case I need a small foot character.
Well, when I look at them, I think... I really do like the classic, Chaos Warriors. I think that they're great, but not everyone likes them, so that's a thing.
I will have to say, Chris, like I'm not super keen on the hot pink.
But like that's the thing that he's been doing this whole time.
I know he has been doing this for like the other characters of
since the other day.
The Chaos Army.
It was a day which we didn't get to.
Yes.
All right.
Alright. Next we have more from Kit. Thursday work. Bases all need another coat or two, but the Society of Shadows is mostly done.
Yeah. Yeah, so this highlight right here, where it gives, like, it's a non-metallic metal highlight, I think that looks really quite nice. And, like, it's not over the top, but I really like the non-metallic metal here. Like, you could push further, but, like, the thing is, like, when do you stop?
You know what is really good here that I think everyone can take a little note from?
Because Sunny is looking at the line of them.
When we are doing monochromatic themes like this, there's different ways that you can really bring about contrast. So one of the ways that Kit's done it here is through contrast of kind. You've got the mattness of the uniform against the shiny glossiness of the boots and the gloves. And you have a different type of tone with the gray of the trims with the goggles and the helmet, where it's a more blue tone gray, whereas everything else is more like a neutral gray, neutral blacks. And that sort of brings your eye and attention to the blade, the metals and everything, and it pops. Pretty much my first time making any sort of attempt at non-metallic metal. But since I was keeping it cartoony, I figured I could get away
I think
with
it works. It works.
It works.
Like so, that's the biggest thing. You gotta look at something. You gotta look at something, and you gotta go, okay, does this work? And I think that's my problem. I'm like, oh, this works, but it could be better. And then like I just keep pushing forever.
Yeah, correct.
And that's the thing. So I change the wording slightly. The wording is the perfect is the enemy of the good, but the perfect is the enemy of the done. And that's what I think you got to think about when it comes to this sort of thing.
Joe likes it very much.
Yes. All right. So next up, we have even more reds.
Oh, look at this. He's putting some nice purple maroons for the shadows. Oh, look at that hat.
Yeah, it's so rich and red.
What a hat this is. Okay, RJ, update on the vampire lady. Oh, very much so. So it is quite close in terms of like the orange of the hair to the red of the hat. But it's so beautifully bright red. And very lovely shadowings of the velvet texture that it's just enough to contrast against the hair and not look like it's part of it.
Yeah, so there's another picture where I think he did on the WAYPN where he just showed off the emerald.
Yes, I see the emerald coming through underneath.
And oh my good lord, it is so lovely. But the more you zoom into it, the more you're like, oh, is that just how you do it? Like, because you see, he's got the dot up there, and then
it's got a blob of dark green, and then a blob of
it's those
green.
Crescents. It's a crescent, which is just a classic way of doing it. But it looks so good, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, he does it so cleanly, like it looks photoshopped, right? Like that one time he even questioned the eyes looked photoshopped or something, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it is looking really good.
But the color of the skin looks so much better in this Facebook shot than in the Discord one. It looks very, very desaturated in the in the Discord one. Like here, there's still a little bit of color
I don't know.
in her flesh. You see the peachy tones still
But
come through.
I think that we've said pretty much all we can, so let us move on.
Right, and we have Joe R. Sutton.
It is a Joe R. Sutton adventure.
You have to
Good day, beautiful people. So, since the last time, I've been on a Marvel Crisis Protocol blast. Enjoy. As you know, I like high gaming standard, like Contrast Plus. If interested. Warp Hipster on the YouTubes. I looked into his stuff when I started painting the pervert stuff. Can you name them all? And that will teach you. Or rushing. Let us peruse. This seems to be some sort of white character.
I love how he's used like these cyan highlights or
Shadows.
Really, really nice.
Yes.
Really sells that high sci-fi look of I forget his name.
I do believe it is some sort of sight. Beyond
Vision.
sight.
Yes, vision. Thank you.
Ah, yes. If we wish to be pedestrian, we can.
I don't get the visiony feels of the vision, but
That's because it's like an alternative version of him. But anyway.
I know that this is like
But you need to look at these other ones. There's other characters.
Yeah, I love how he's done the blue portal flame. Ooh, so very nice. And look at the red of the cape. Oh, the jeans look like jeans, man. And yeah, you're okay. Eddie, are you okay? No,
Yeah,
no,
I
that's the
think
wrong
it's
song.
looking quite nice. Oh, of course,
Billie
Bullseye.
Jean is not my love.
Try and focus.
Yes, that's very good. Oh, is that the Bullseye? Okay.
Yeah, that's his classic comic book look. I think it
I'm
looks...
just wondering if there should be more shading
Ooh.
with the grey.
The grey? What grey?
For the white parts.
Okay.
Because
for
it's
the
such
white.
a starkly white.
I-
Yeah, it looks like the comics, but...
Yeah, I think like it's designed to look like the comics.
Oh, who's this lady?
You've seen her. She's in the Spider-Man TV shows.
The Catwoman.
Yes, it's Catwoman. Because I'm not prepared to have these things. Joe, just know this is what I deal with every single day. Every single day. She doesn't listen. Listening, she does not. But I like the subtle reference to Spider-Man there with the web.
Yeah, with the web. Is it Catwoman? Who is she, then? That's a genuine question.
Alright, so then we've got the Winter Soldier. I think he's come up really nice. I really like the blonde of the hair.
Yes, and the metallic arm is very well done.
I think looks really good.
Yeah. I do wonder if the red of the star could be even more red. Because it's currently like a bit white. Oh my gosh, what has the eyes?
Yeah, the eyes are a bit goofy.
Because he's not meant to have the dots.
I think it's because like they're meant to be like that sort of shift where like it's a sort of U shape with the eyes.
Is it?
And I think maybe if we got a different angle. But I tell you what, the actual symbol has come up so
he's
nicely.
done that shading. Oh.
And also like just notice some of the subtle things like right here. Notice the vein and such.
Uh-huh.
Like that's really nice.
Did he paint that on or is
And there's something else I'd like to note. So it's not something that you notice right off the bat, but they have their own sculpted bases, but he's added little bits of sand and stuff to make it feel less,
like Tactical Rocky?
Yeah. But it looks like Joe has said something.
I got bored of trying to darken Bucky's hair.
I thought Bucky's hair looked really
Very
good.
nice. Yeah, it looks like proper blonde hair.
Yeah, I think it looks really nice. Like
I
here,
think the
you can
venom
see, you can see that eye. You can't quite see the other one.
Yeah, but it
quite as
still
much.
looks like a goofy eye.
Not as much. Oh, and then there's this guy from the Terrible Show. I've forgotten its name.
I don't know.
It's one of the, what are they called? They're the mutants that are the original mutants, but they're not mutants or whatever.
But this is very nice. Like, look at the eyes, the way they did the OSL.
But like, look
at
that shading right there. That looks really nice.
I want to. Oh yeah, look at this.
It
looks like a soft doggy.
Yes, it does look like
a
a soft
doggy.
Inhumans, that's it.
Inhumans.
And there's in-universe Satan.
In-universe Satan.
But yeah, I think...
Is he just like that? Does he look like that? All
red?
Yeah,
yeah. Like literally all red. He's all red all the time.
Interesting.
It makes things harder to pop out. It's like how, like, some of the times comic people have, like, Orby sort of things, which look great on the page, but then you bring them into 3D space and you're like, that looks kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
think if there was a different, different reds, maybe it'll be even nicer, but it still looks really nice.
Well, like, you can see a lot of work's gone into it, which is frustrating because, like, it's like, look at all of this work. Oh, it's a red blob. Cool. Moving on. But this guy, I feel like he's not even.
I just absolutely love the fire.
He reminds me of some DC character from the New Gods or something like
Wolverine?
that. No, I can't remember.
But this is the type of gold I'm telling you about, honey. Like that grim dark type of desaturated gold. Because it's like, it's not like a yellow gold. Like it's more desaturated. That's the kind of color that we should be going for. For the age of the angels.
The age of the angels.
The age of Sigma peoples.
I see. This one feels like, of the ones done thus far, like the least sort of interesting. Really? Yeah, well, like the way the browns are sort of done here feel a little off. They feel like satiny pants. Like,
yes. Yeah. I think if he pushed, it looks like comic book art.
Yeah,
like proper comic book
and
art.
Like, because of that, it kind of looked like, here it looks better with the different lighting, but still, like before.
Yeah, it does. But I will have to say, Joe, like with that one, it just does look like heavy pooling. Unfortunately,
I think Kingpin's come up quite nice.
Look at that.
I think that.
There's more being said. I added the sand so the whole gang with the bases. Inhumans, Immortals, nice doggy, says Ducky indeed. Inhumans typo. Rumble says, I did undershade Mephisto, so his clothes are brown and the skin was more purple.
Yeah, but like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's obvious you put a lot of work into that miniature, and it's just like, well, that was wasted.
Yeah, you
because
can see
like
the shading.
you but see, unless somebody's got an artist's eye, they're not going to see the work you've did, and like,
yeah,
that's the thing.
And then Joe say he's Ulik the Troll King. And then we got a Rumble say Jack Kirby designed almost the exact same characters in both DC and Marvel. Yeah,
that is true.
And Penguin said, "Oh, I see now. It's Anzac Day. Is it Anzac Day?"
Today I'm not sure. I woke up at 2:30. I'm not 100% with it. I really like how he's done this Moon Knight. This looks really great. The contrast and like how he's managed to add the darkness to the white, and it still
looks white.
Yeah,
that's very hard to pull off.
That, like, if people can do white and black really well, that's the sign of a great artist.
Rumble say everything was closed and I wanted to go shopping.
I see. No, I really like this one.
We do.
Oh, look at that. Just lovely.
What is that? Moon something moon.
I just said it. Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Ah! Look at the ghost hunter, right? No, not ghost hunter. Ghost Rider.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
At Larry, he's also doing a Ghost Rider.
I think with the whip being all sort of that bright thing, I think it'd actually be better if. Now, I'm not sure if this would work this way if you dry brushed on the metallic so that it's got that sort of inner heat coming out. But like, I really like the way that he's done the OSL here and over here. But I think up on here, which is meant to be like coming from there, I don't think it quite works out. What do you think? Like, so I like this one. I like this one. Yeah. But not so much here.
It feels a bit too intense, right? I don't know. Or like maybe that whole stretch is actually should be yellow rather than just half of it. Because like you see how there's bottom flames that would have also hit.
Yeah. I feel like doing that in the normal colors probably would have been better. You know what I'm saying?
Normal colors?
Yeah, like just this color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just continuing with it. And then there's the lizard jumping out of the sewers. These are very classic comic book looks. Oh, and Toad, the original Toad. When he looks more like a goblin. Oh, you wanted to talk about lizard?
Yeah, because like look at the way he painted the water. That color of the blue is so spot on for the water.
So it's apothecary white.
Dry brush white for Moon Knight, yeah.
I have not had good experiences with apothecary white. I will not. We're going to move on. But yes, there's classic Toad where he looks like a little goblin.
Yeah, I love the tongue, the way that he's done the tongue. And a little drop of poison, I think, at the tip.
And then we've got Taskmaster.
Okay.
And just what a fantastic color scheme. But also it's so popping. So popping.
Orange undercape with white on the top. Wow. That's really, really lovely.
It just works.
Thank you, Todd Howard. I really love how he's done the blue shade.
No, it's just when you said thank you, Todd Howard. Daredevil's looking great. I've taken better photos of these. I put a little post in this morning. Yeah, and I've already got that up. So
and it's that ugly electric guy.
I really like the Shaolin type monk costume here. I think that looks really good.
Is this the Kung Fu, the Iron Hand or something?
No, the Iron Hand is the guy who has like green pants, no shirt, and a yellow dragon on his chest.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know this character off the top of my head. But yeah, just he's gotten so much done. Well done, Joe. Well done. That was truly a Joe R. Sutton adventure.
We always go quiet when we are watching a Joe R. Sutton adventure.
Yes,
There's
we
so
do.
much to appreciation.
All right. Well, would you like to appreciation Tomas and do some reading for us?
Yeah. Wait, let me just read all the comments. The OSL was just a yellow wash. He's so loud. Looks like Karl needs an apothecary to cure him of his hatred for apothecary white. Joe says, wrong. Wong is normally green.
Oh, Wong.
Two Wong.
Two Wong Asians. That's a store in Indooroopilly.
Brisbane.
Yeah, where is it?
Brisbane.
Yeah, no. Toowong. It's in Toowong.
Yeah, is that not in Brisbane?
Yeah, it is in Brisbane. But that's the name of the suburb.
Two Wongs don't make a white.
Can you read now? Woman, like, where are you? What is happening? You're just
I exited the Joe R. Sutton adventure.
You're just like, Wong. Wong! Wong! And I'm just here.
Oh,
Come
God.
on, please. Can we stick
Oh,
with the
boss.
program? And you're just like,
I was
you'd be
doing
Wong about that. And
I am doing Rumble's job before he has a chance to
Alright,
cause
I will
problems.
step outside and breathe.
Joe says, "Lol, fire." Ah, it's all burning. That's what
Yes.
he said.
It's the reappearance of 3 a.m. Cal.
I
He's very
am-
tired
Yeah.
and sick of the nonsense in the comments.
Okay, I will see this. Oh, I didn't even read his post.
Yes, I noticed that. That's what I've been asking for this whole time.
Maybe if I had some water. I'm so thirsty.
I'm gonna go and get myself a drink.
Please.
Here, you can have the rest of my drink.
Juice.
It's a Pepsin,
Oh,
but she calls it juice.
oh boy. It is strong.
There is no alcohol in the Pepsi.
I just wanted water. Between
Breathe, Cal.
sessions
Breathe.
of Oblivion's remaster, I found some time to paint more salty boys. The same speed painting technique as the guy from a few days back. It's the first marine on the left. Number 1, black primer. Number 2, heavy dry brush of dark silver. I use Citadel's a lead belcher. Number 3, optional dry brush edge highlight with silver. 4, most important part, wash of Agrex Earthshade. I have a great oily rusty color that makes the trick in conjunction with texture made by dry brushing. 5, trims made with AK's wood brown ink. 6, highlight of selected trims edges with brass paint. 7, details. For hazard stripes, I use orange, AK's light rust, base, and highlight with intense yellow, AK's volcanic yellow in my case. All 6 minis, 3 Terminators, and 3 Marines took me around 5 hours total. I think it's decent time/result ratio. Time to result ratio. I guess if painted in bigger butches, it will be more time efficient.
I found a bowl of water in the sink, but I didn't think you'd want that.
Nah,
You said you wanted water.
Ale. What real water?
I've got a saucer over there. Would you like some water in
Honey.
a saucer?
That's rainwater mixed with cat food. Whoa.
There's literally nothing on it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hold it together, says Joe. You can do this. Is your mouse broken again? Joe is... Rumble, this is all your fault. He says bingo.
Where's your bingo? Let's
show
say
proof.
let's we're gonna go to general
Source. Where be source?
alright.
Ah,
So would you like to comment
I-
on the mans?
I will open a pictures.
You will open a pictures.
Oh, man,
I like that he's
honey.
gotten the iron
Look at this.
you have zoomed in a lot. Alright, I will go back. Sunny has zoomed in a lot to the eyes.
Look at how Tomas has done the OSL effect.
Mm.
You can see that it's not just a red washing, okay, guys? Do you see that little spot of brightness right in the inner corners there? It really adds to the effect of the OSL. Makes it feel so incredibly natural. And the blood splatter on the claws. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the blood splatter on the claws. Like it.
I always feel as if like the Terminators with lightning claws are just like they don't seem as realistic as the jump pack guys, because like if this guy's coming after me with like the lightning claws, I just sit he like seems so slow, so like you just set yourself a brisk walk away from him, you know. It's like, I'm coming to get you. Nope. I'm just going
I
to keep
can run-
walking
I
away.
can run faster.
I'm going to get into my car eventually.
But I'm very, very impressed with the hazard stripes.
Mm.
So he starts off with the orange rust color and then goes into the yellow, so it really gives that definition of like an almost
That depth, yeah.
Yeah, the depth of a sort of weathered hazard stripe. It's so good, so good. I would say that the mold lines on the skulls are throwing things off a little bit. But whatever, because I know that you're just trying to make playable minis look good. Like it's
That is the one problem I have when it comes to mold lines and all of that. Like, you put in so much work, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, okay, I've missed this spot, and now all of my hard work is ruined. Where do I go back to? And like, that's one of the reasons why, you know, priming and sometimes re-priming is just worth it, because you're just like, okay, all right, that's a thing I have to do.
indeed a thing you have to do. Ah!
Yeah.
Let us take a look at the back. It's so smooth.
Oh, you're still at the Terminators.
Oh, look at this helmet.
Yes, it's an it's an Imperial Fist helmet.
Okay, I'll just, for the sake of time, move on to something.
Yes. Let's move on to the other Iron Warriors that he's done. One more. Keep going. There you go.
Ah. It's so consistent. I mean, it looks
Yes.
like exactly the same as the previous one, but in a different uniform.
Yes.
I'm just at awe.
Just at all?
Yes.
And or?
And or. Season 2 is either or, everybody.
Season 2 will have 4 seasons pushed together, which is not going to be good.
Yeah, they're planning to turn the 4 seasons into 2 seasons, and I'm like, no.
Which is a little frustrating, because it seems like garbage gets greenlit and good stuff does not. I do, however, feel just like I do with some of these other things, that the black pouches with the black leather just sort of don't fit at all.
Why?
Well, look at it. It just like...
Oh, it's so flat.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel as integrated as everything else.
I wonder if he's going to do more work on those.
Well, it's entirely possible. It is
Yeah.
entirely possible. But yeah, like it...
That's the only thing that's...
Yeah, and same with like the belts and stuff. Like they feel so out of place.
Yeah, because it's so very matte and stark, is it?
Yeah. All right, let us move on to...
Aha!
It's gas.
Gas, gas. Gotta give it the gas.
Tonight.
Don't gas. There's so many things being said.
There is a lot of words.
I'm on my phone.
Dr. Pepper is the worst that could happen.
I'll put it up soon. Penguin. I like them. They look brutal and scary. Indeed.
Yes.
Dr. Pepper wants the worst that could happen. Sorry. The can opening, folk. Yes, the can is opened. Bingo. John! He says, update on He Stan. He is so close to done. Overall, I'm really happy with how he's turned out. I still need to do some cleanup, pigment powders, and maybe some light armor tripping. I decided to just redo the cloak because I could not unsee the cherry pie effect.
Yeah.
Y'all mentioned last week, lol. I think it looks a lot better now. Oh yeah, it does.
It does.
All metallics are non-metallic metal. Some spots worked better than others, but it was a good experience practicing the technique. It forced me to not be lazy and slap on a metallic paint, then a wash, and move on. Going to hopefully my true metallic metal game as well. Let us see the appreciation that we can have.
Yes, I would like you to comment, if you can.
You can start first too, you know.
No, I talk too much. That's what everyone says. They say, We don't want to hear from
I
you.
think the oil fire, Mr. John, is very nicely done at the gun, but on the backpack, I think
The brazier.
the brazier doesn't quite have that same effect. I think maybe because it just feels too much like a candy corn type of gradient, like it's too segmented. I think maybe a bit more of a blend between each one, or even the very tip of the base of some of these fires could have a bit of that black. Yeah, I think it might require a bit more texture, a bit more glow. I am very impressed with the scaly tabard because, like, look at how you've done the shadow, the manual shadowing of all of the scales. Like, that's quite difficult to do.
I do honestly think that the way you had the black scales was the best way, though.
Yeah, it's very proper, sort of badass, I guess.
Alright, shall we move on to the next side so that you can comment? I think the back is the one where you could give the most commentary. Or do you want to go to the side?
Let's look at this side here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we might want to take a better photo of it.
I think the photo's fine.
John,
what's wrong with the photo?
Because this gold looks pretty flat. Like,
I think the problem is you're going to need to take a look at reference pictures. I don't think based off what I'm seeing here, it looks like you're trying your best, you're doing all of the right sort of colors things, right? Like you're mixing, you're trying to do things in the right places and so on, but it feels like things are off. So I'll give a comparison with my true metallic metal. I'll go back and open that one up, and the reason I want to show that one to you is because I think that's one of the things that I do actually do well. So take a look here, right? And so where is your light coming from? So Sunny, tell me where the light's coming from.
From the top. Well, if I'm using my top right, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming from the top right.
Yeah.
You can see where that's coming from. So now let's go back to your one, right? Where's the light coming from? So I think
it's coming from the top left.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
right.
Because judging by the Space Marine helmet.
Yeah, but I can't be sure, right? Because of where, like for example, when we see where the light's hitting, right? So when it hits along here and here, sure, right? But then we got that secondary reflection along there. And then like that sort of throws things, just stuff like that. Just knowing where your light's coming from and being very definitive. That might even mean putting a harsh light on your model.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like a lot has been said.
The print on the cloak is mint. True non-metallic metal is real. You have to have sudden changes from light to dark.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, that's why I showed off this one, right? Because right here, that's almost black. Right over here is almost black. And then up there is almost white. Right? And it's like that. It's
very difficult to tell. Like, yeah, the way we do true metallic metal is just putting it against the light of our painting room and just tracing.
Yeah, light tracing. That's well. So for this one, I just figured out where the light was coming from, and then just
yeah.
But it's also you've got to do the other elements because, like, you can see, like right here, the highlights are coming up here and here and here, right? And you got that feeling of that. Now it is thrown slightly by all of the damaged and scratched metal. You know, like that makes it so that it feels a little off. I'll admit that. But yeah, so it's a thing.
I think as well with the true metallic metal, in contrast to the Marine's armor, because the Marine's armor is not really like metallic.
Yeah, well, it's meant to be that sort of very light. Well, I wouldn't say light green, but very green.
Yeah, no, I mean in terms of the texture that's been trying to be showcased.
I think this,
this is very well done.
Yeah, like that's come up quite nicely.
Yeah.
Right. But see, like I think the biggest issue with this model is that there's nothing technically wrong with it, right? Like, you've just done some things so much better than you've done others, which throws the model off.
Yes.
Like, for example, here, I think that's great script work. But because, like, the parchment looks almost white, it feels off and cartoony.
It does.
Right? But the script work is great. It's great. Like the way you've even done the flame symbol and all of that sort of thing. It looks really good. So, like, going back to here, I really like all of this. The way that you've done the OSL and so on, right? It's like, when it comes down to it, this looks really good. Like, so just put your hand over the thing and just look at that, and you're just like, ooh, that's a really interesting, moody scene. And then you take your hand away and you see the character, and you're like, oh, he looks a bit cartoony.
You know what else is kind of throwing it off a bit? It's like, because of the environment that he's chosen, you would think that some of that lava's red hot light would hit the Nishin.
Maybe, but see how much further back he is. So, like, only maybe some of this would, and then if he does that, it's going to look off and so on. So, like, I think he's done certain things, like the way that he's done this blade is just absolutely schmicko. And I think, ironically, he's doing a DJ Khalid. He's suffering from success because, like, he's done certain things really, really well. And because he's done certain things really, really well, it's heightened our expectations for other parts of it.
Yeah.
Like, I think if we see damaged and chipped armor, maybe that will make things come through. Maybe, like, if the flames are brought up, like, there's a lot on this that's done really well, right? Like, I think you've shown incredible talent with this, but I'm not sure that the color choices are great.
I think for this it actually works. Like, it doesn't look like food.
No, it doesn't
anymore.
look like food.
But you think it should have been the black
with the grayish scales, yeah,
with
like
the gradient scales.
Like, they looked so good. They looked so good, and like, once they're turned to these colors, it feels very sort of off. And like I said, there's so much in here which is done really, really well. And I think the problem that you'll have is trying to match everything. Like, I remember looking at this, so the light's a little off on this, but if you take a look at the way that he's done the non-metallic metal on these little trinket parts, filigree. They look so good, but we've spent way too long on this, so we will have to move on. So next up, we have Peter.
It's such a long time since we've seen Peter post. My horror movie themed Blood Bowl Goblins managed to pull off Best Painted at Cane Toad Cup earlier this month. Looks a lot of fun painting. Lots of fun painting these as something different. Great. He won the prize, right? Yes, Best Painted. Very good, very good. So let us see the video. Oh, yeah. I saw this and I was like, wow, such a colorful team.
I really like the sculpts. There's so many, like, good, like, interesting sculpts here. Like, every single one of them has so much character to them.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no one single mini. So, like, this is Leatherface. I've forgotten the name of that character over there. But then we have, what's the guy from Saw, and like there's Predator and there's Alien over here.
Oh, so that's what he meant by horror theme.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he
yeah,
tried to-
and yeah,
That is sick.
yeah. No, they all look really good. Like, I think
Larry would love this.
yeah, I think they're all very sort of technically executed quite well.
Oh wow! I don't remember. Is this? I forget the name of this this horror movie.
That's what I told you. I told you.
Elden Ring.
No, I told you that guy's from. Oh, now I've forgotten it. You gotta listen.
Sorry, I was trying to like actually pay attention to what he's done.
All right, but yeah, so
But I really love what he's done with the shading here, especially with the black. He's done highlights in blue to try and bring up the sort of blackness of the black. So like that's something that you can do to turn black even darker, is to give it a blue undertone rather than a brown undertone. That's something that's commonly done, which is why GW, when you see them playing Black Legion, they will highlight or edge highlight with some blues.
yeah, and
But
they'll
it's-
avoid grays.
It's very, very crisp. I mean, look at the bass.
Yeah,
the
the
bass
basing's
is
good as well.
Very, very clean. And that's like Alien.
It's funny how the cracks seem to radiate out from the center as well.
That I think that's a little odd. But other than that, I mean, like, it's a good bass. And it's very cleanly done. I think this took a lot of time.
Probably did take a lot of time.
Jeez. That's very well done. Well, you definitely deserve it, getting best painted. That's definitely best painted. Such a colorful, eye-catching team as well, concept and color-wise. Well done, Peter. Well done.
All right, should we move on to the next one, or do you have more comments?
Nah,
You just think looks good?
I think it looks great. It's just like nice to look at, you know. I think you can see all the techniques that's been put in here.
All right, next up.
Oh, we've got John. I wonder if Penguin, it's your turn. Did some painting over Easter weekend, but also could not finish them. I'm hoping to have them done this weekend. Look at these cute little pink heads.
Yes, these are the guys who you called the evil guys.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh yeah. It's probably because of the way the face looks.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But it like the colours are so interesting though, the way that he's done the colours.
It almost looks like a brain pink. You know,
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
brain
it does.
pink
But like they're
Gene
really
Steeler cult.
quite super vibrant, aren't they?
Yeah. But it feels almost Gene Steelery, doesn't it? Almost Gene Steelery.
I think it's just because you see the pink and the blue.
But the face sculpt as well.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay, but like this is great tabletop quality Penguin. Like you've got everything is picked out. All of the elements are done and done well. I do wonder, like, if you would like to try doing some
Penguin says, "I'm here."
welcome. Yes, you are here. I wonder if you would like to try some.
He's not there. He's here.
Yes. If you would like, tell us about this Penguin, Rumble says.
Well, I think we're gonna have to move on unless we hear some serious stuff. But I'll leave this one up so that Penguin can tell us stuff. So next up, there seems to be some sort of rumbled roo.
Rumbled Roo.
Yes.
But this name doesn't quite match the Rumbled Roo.
Oh, all right. Well.
Alright. Bought the new Army Painter faction paint set for Corvus Belli's Infinity Panocenia. No. Pan-Oceania. Sorry.
It's Panacea.
Yeah.
Paracetamol.
That's where Paracetamol comes from, y'all.
Yes, from pans in the ocean.
Yes, Pan-Oceania. Following the included instructions as well as the YouTube video, I feel the finished mini is what I expected from my out of practice painting hand. I am pleased with my results and eager to do more in the world of Infinity Rumble Room. Very good. I'm gonna look at the pictures now, Rumble. Let's look at the pictures. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at the paint on the box. And then you've done your Zenithal Prime.
Yep.
It does look a little
grainy.
textures. Yeah, grainy in that one. But I think the final one, let's see if it shows up. So you've done the blues. And then he's bringing the blues up little by little. I do have a question, Rumble. Why did you paint the face blue?
He told you. He's following the instructions. Keep going.
I get it, but... Okay. Yeah, I see the final results. Very nice.
He's just following the instructions, but I do have to say one thing. I do not understand why they didn't make you do the skin first. Because, like, maybe they expect people to make a lot of mistakes and be quite sloppy.
Yeah, it's a pretty detailed model.
Yeah, no. Infinity models are just as detailed, if not more, than some GW models. And I find it very, very sort of frustrating that, like, Infinity is sort of like the number one proper competitor to Warhammer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For a brief period of time, it was War Machine, and then War Machine just kept running their company the way they did, and then it pretty much dropped to the bottom. But would you like to comment on the actual paint job?
I think it... See, against the color...
What are you... Oh, you're looking at the box art? Yeah, yeah.
But I'm...
You're
Let me see what is being said.
Sunny is
umming. The instructions, I feel the thing. My out of mind. Yeah, I can understand that, Rumble. So, I think it's good for what it is, like what you've done. Like, if you wanted to really follow, like, the box art, for example, then I think you would have to do a bit more volumetric shading.
I think so. When I look at it, I think it looks pretty good. The only thing that I have any issues with is like that it feels like some parts are unfinished. So like for example, like the belt here and whatever's going on down here and around here.
Yeah, you're correct.
I think like the legs have come up well.
Yeah.
Right? I think the way that he's done that sort of like pinky power area looks good. And I think like the skins come up pretty well, especially for an Infinity model, because they have much more realistic proportions and it is very difficult to get them right.
Yeah, so I think you're definitely right. Like, something did feel a little off with the piece, and it's because like some of the belts and things are not fully finished yet. It seems like this is like gray in the picture. I think that like it just requires a little bit more separation between the elements, and then I think once you like really properly pick those out, it'll be good. Penguins say,
words.
I went with more vibrant colors for my alien crews to make them look more distinctive from the human crews, as they have their own style.
Yep.
And yeah, you definitely did that.
All right. Well, it's on to our final one, unless we have any volunteers in the chat to come on to take a look at...
To berate us.
Yes.
As Karl would say.
Yes, there has to be berating. We have to be shamed. All right, so it's time for you to speak about Ugly Electric Man, as you say.
Joe asked a couple more pictures for MCP stuff. Finished one more last night. Lightning effect is very difficult to do.
Yeah, it's because of the sculpt. Like
I'm not so sure edge highlighting this
Yeah, but I mean, what are you meant to do?
I know what you meant to do. And because it's also very thick.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like if you had that like micro, I don't know what that wire, the wire ones. What the YouTube Shorts people normally do is they just paint the whole wire white, and then they'll do like airbrush at certain spots like colors to create that sort of look. But with a sculpt like this, like it's so difficult, and like it's so cartoony, right? Like it's either the whole sculpt you paint it in that sort of 2D cell shading style, or you have this problem where you have the model is painted really well, but it's a little bit towards the 3D look, and then you've got the lightning which looks like 2D.
Yeah. All right, well, let us move on to the next one.
Yeah, it's Shaolin Master.
It's a Wong.
A Wong riding out of the sewers. Don't know why Mr. Wong is living in the sewers, but yeah.
And then we've got a daring man.
Daredevil.
He's holding some flares.
I think with the Daredevil, you could, like with what I've seen from you so far, Joe, like, I think you could push the shading of the blacks a bit more. Oh yeah, I got bored of trying to make it work, so I just used GW Technical Nihilican oxide. Yeah, I know the one that you're talking about.
Oxidide.
Yeah, it's like a very strong cyan color.
Yeah.
It's meant to be used for verdigris, I know.
It's meant to be used for sadness.
But yes, meant to be chi power or something, really.
Yes, he's riding chi power from the sewers. Okay, leave him be.
Yeah, I think with the Daredevil, I think you could really push with the definition, because like we're so used to seeing all your other ones have such good definition. I think.
And then Daredevil is like,
contrast paint again. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just so different.
It doesn't match everything else
that you've done. So yeah,
the really vultures come up very nicely.
Oh wow, what a sculpt that is! It's so beautiful. This is what Eldar should look like.
Well, some Eldar do look like this.
No, but like, look at the way that it's got that
they
nice,
do.
Wavy,
they do.
The wavy wing thing.
They honestly do. I can show you some swooping hawks.
Later you show me sweeping hawks.
Swooping, not sweeping.
Sweeping hawks.
That's what you said.
So is he all green like that? Like
in the comics, yeah.
Really? Like even the wings?
I'm not sure if the wings are green in the comics, but they very well could be, because remember, like a lot of classic comic book characters are quite ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's just that I feel like it's a bit of a waste. But the way that the sculpt looks like, you could really do something with it, but I can understand.
But yeah, I think he looks quite nice. The way that he's done him, but
attached the foot.
Attached the foot. What?
That's what he said. Green. He yells green at us.
Yes. But I think green that's it for us, unless we look perhaps in the stream room. I was going
to break him off the base. That's what he said.
Perhaps if there was somebody in the stream room, perhaps we might be persuaded to put up some pictures of our own, perhaps. Some little pictures of some tiny people. Would you like some pictures of some tiny people? Like I have the tiny shield, but we have more tiny people. Would you like more tiny people?
Only if someone
I have more tiny people. They're so very small.
And they
look at them.
Oh, Rumble says he'll come into the show.
He says many things. He says many things, but we will look on
look at other things.
All right, it is the wrapping up time, because I heard the song.
The song is
coming. Did you hear the song? It started playing.
Oh yes.
Did you hear it?
I think I can hear the subtle cries.
Let's see if we can hear
of
it.
the
Let's
song.
start concentrating everyone with us. It seems like there's some sort of song. It seems like it's coming out.
It's coming out now.
Do you hear the song? Yes. It is. It is
Oh,
there.
look, I can hear it. I can hear it.
Yes, the song.
It is winding its way into
It's
the
winding.
It's winding.
It's winding and it's winding
It is winding.
and it's going.
It's going, and then oh no! Oh, Rumble's here! Rumble's here! Rumble's here!
Now I just have to cancel it.
Oh, now we have to cancel the music.
All right. Well.
Okay.
Do you want to jump in?
Yeah, I already am there in the stream
You're
room.
already in there.
I'm in the stream room.
All right. So
right.
it is a rumbling of the roos.
Rumbling Roo.
So what?
Hello.
Morning. Yes.
It's
8.
afternoon.
8.
Sorry, it's at night.
Would you care to berate us for the things we have done?
Yes. I would care.
Alright.
I just need to stream then.
Oh boy!
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Okay, Mr. Rumble, take it away. Tell us what we did right and what we did wrong.
The silence shall be your answer, child.
You will never.
It is my answer. I can't see the stream because I'm on my phone, so...
Alright, give me a
Oh.
second. I'll
That's
try
what
and
you
put
meant
them
by on my
in
phone.
the WAYPN. See what I can do. We'll give it a shot. So we'll start off with that one. Okay, we go like that. So I'll put that one on screen. Alright, we'll put that one on screen. And then I'll go like... That's the noise I make. And then I'll put up the first guy. So there's 4 pictures of him. Which is not the guy with the helmet.
I feel like my picture taking was not very good at all.
I think it was not your best taking of the pictures.
Yeah.
And then, so what is going on here, Sunny? So is this the front? Yeah, okay, so there's 4 pictures.
I myself was confused, honey.
You,
They all looked the same-ish. The posing and everything.
and then we have Last Man. And then we have the shield. So, Mr. Rumble of the Roo, would you like to comment on the group shot and how they're looking?
Yeah, they're alright. See you later, guys. Keep those brushes wet. Yeah. They're looking good. Like, this was for a commission, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You were saying.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, I really like the way the golds come out.
Should I open up the second guy's gold backpack? Sorry, the first one's gold backpack so that people can see.
Does Executioners really have gold backpack?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that the golds have come up really well. Like I like the distinct dichotomy between like the banged up backpack and the very sort of like they call it an iron halo, but I did in gold because I figured like why would it be iron when the rest of the backpack is gold?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know much about the executioners actually. Like, so what are they kind of like the similar to like Grey Knights in that kind of vein?
No, so the executioners are just like a warband, a Space Marine chapter. They were part of the Badab War, and they were on the side of Lufthuron, but only kind of barely. So Lufthuron had done a favor for them, but the chapter master knew that they were going to be trouble, right? He's just like, okay. And he says, all right, all of the rest of you guys, you stay on the home planet. I'm taking me and this one company of guys so that we have fulfilled our obligation. All of you stay on the planet. Don't go anywhere. And it's like, boss, that sounds like all of this spells trouble. Just do what I say. And then later on it turns out that things went wrong, and then he started attacking Lufthuron at the end. And the Imperium basically went, you technically didn't do anything wrong, so, I mean, like, we're gonna punish you, but kind of not really. And that's the story of the Executioners.
Okay. And are they they're a loyalist faction, or are they?
Yeah, they're loyalists.
Yeah. One thing I was thinking of, like, you put the, like, dirty down rust on that we saw on the stream yesterday. Like, Space Marine armor, it's made out of ceramide, isn't it? Like a ceramic?
Yeah, so I've had this conversation with another artist called Brushstrokes Painting Guide, and we've talked about chipping when it comes to Space Marine armor before. He says technically Space Marine armor is actually like this sort of off-white.
But before they're painted, whatever color.
But if you do chipping and they've got this off-white underneath, it just looks
weird.
Yeah, it looks as if you've stuffed up your painting.
Yeah, it looks like a mistake.
Yeah, it looks good anyway. As I said, you've got very nice, clean kind of definition, as you said, and the gold really pops, which is good.
I can't actually imagine seeing gold, like, power packs with anyone except the... can't believe the name's not coming to me now. The gold Blood Angels. Sanguinary God.
Yeah.
Like,
this is a battle would look pretty good in, like...
Oh, they would.
But yeah, I was pretty happy with how the shields turned out.
I'm gonna see if people have said anything. So we have a green. How do you find the stream room? It's on our Discord, Joe. I'm sorry I didn't see this sooner. Yeah, if you have if you go to our Ko-Fi page
or if become a member on the YouTube.
Not on WAYPN Reviews, but What Are You Painting Now channel. Our official channel. You can have access to the Discord server, and you can join us in the stream room there. Yeah. Is that the swan song I hear? Yes, it was. It was. Until someone decided to come on, so yay. Well, I think we all need sleep.
Yes, some more than others. Like, for example, myself. But...
You get the sneaky penguin, but it's a seal. A seal of approval!
That means that we're going to kill him. Because he's a sneaky
Neil
penguin.
McBeal, the Navy SEAL.
Put away your clubs, people. Put away your clubs.
Alright, well, I think it's time we put the song back on.
Wait, does Rumble have nothing else to say about, improvements of any kind? Or any ideas?
No, not really. You're better than I am at everything, so I can't.
It's alright. That doesn't mean that somebody can't have commentary.
Yeah, like they can't.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's pretty well done. Is it this one thing I'd say? Is it the same? Like, is it official colors for the Executioners as well?
Yeah, it's their chapter colors. So I'll get the picture that the client sent. and doop doop doop. So ours is so this is what they sent, which is a little different. Like the gold is much more sort of brassy.
Yeah.
So we pushed it a significant amount more. I'm gonna go up and get one of their official artworks, which I think is a little bit off. Oh, maybe I've got it in the other tab. I took it down. Here we go. I'm just gonna grab that artwork very quickly so that you guys can see it. Oh my god, there's so much text here.
Oh, it is the wiki.
Yeah, I know. Where is it? They've got one with the gold, I think. I think they do somewhere. Oh, this one? Yes.
Yeah, it still looks a little brassy there, doesn't it?
Yeah, but like that's pretty much their official colors are just like this.
It looks like a variant of Space Wolves.
Kind of, yeah. It doesn't look very exciting, does it?
No, I imagined they were actually black and red. Or maybe that's Channel Guard.
Yeah, I think you might be thinking of the Channel Guard. But yes, this is how they look. And with that mask that these guys have, it's considerably different. So you see this mask right here, it doesn't sort of have that segmentation. So we can't do that brass thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just a night helmet. But I think it is time to play the Siren song because we have been streaming for 2 and a bit hours, and yeah. Well,
thank you, Rumble, for joining us.
Yes, thank you very much.
Commentary.
That's all right.
Joe, if you would like to join us in the future, you can join through Ko-Fi or even through WAYPN. And thank you everyone for joining us today for the stream.
Yes. We are very thankful for all of the efforts you've put in. And as always, keep those brushes wet with too late.
Why can't we do it? We can listen to the damn thing all the time.
Yeah, I know. You know, and like the worst part is that we do it better when we don't have the music on. You know?
Really? But because you always put the outro music after.
Yeah. Alright, bye-bye everyone.